3 words to describe my mom would be funny,
energetic,
definitely ambitious.
caring.
I would say very much a people person. I mean, she's definitely the most outgoing person I know.
And inspiring.
You know, I often get asked about work-life balance, and it's never the same. Sometimes you're giving 60% to the kids and family and 40% to work, and sometimes it's 70% to work and 30% to family. You really have to figure out, what your priorities are, what's the most important thing now, and work on it.
She came to pick me up from school, elementary school, after she had finished a shift, and she showed up in uniform. And I just remember being like, oh yeah, I am the it girl. To all my friends, I'm like, yeah, that's my mom. That's my mom. Like, I always thought she's a superhero.
Well, I spent almost half my life in the police department. It was a great career, but that last year or two was quite tumultuous. There are definitely some challenges moving from public sector to corporate life. Good challenges. A company like Microsoft, an amazing, wonderful company to work for. They have an ethical, moral compass, which is one of the reasons I wanted to work there. Ultimately, they are a business, and you have to focus on what's good for the business.
Growing up with Carmen was a lot of running around. She was always very busy, but always included us in everything in some capacity.
When you talk about like work and community and family, they're kind of all interwoven. Her work atmosphere, it is part of her community, and being out in the community, those are her friends and family.
I really spent a lot of time with my children, coaching them, being the PTA parent and the candy parent and the basketball coach and all those things, but also dedicating a lot of time to work, promotional exams, learning the community-based organizations. I managed to do it all, but not all 100% and 100% of the time.
Both my sister and I played 1 to 3 sports every season. My parents had their busy work schedules and their own hobbies and their own social lives, but we made sure that we always had good, solid family time.
Sometimes it was just sitting and playing board games. We used to have a fire pit in the backyard. We light the fire pit up and just sit back there and sing songs and hang out. We did boating a lot. We had a boat, so the kids would water ski and they would wakeboard, and those were really great times.
My mom always made my sister and I feel like the most important girls in the world to her and to each other, and I absolutely would love if my son feels a fraction of that.
I, at first, was like, I don't think I want to be called grandma. I'm too young to be a grandmother. When did that happen? But now, I'm embracing every moment of it and love the fact that I'm a grandmother and saying it to anybody who wants to know, any people who don't want to know, even hear it, yeah.
She set a really good example. And so now I'm like, I know it can be done. I've seen someone go before me and do it. But also realize like, okay, I just need to be flexible, not to put so much pressure on myself of like, okay, I need to be the perfect mom and I have to be the perfect healthcare provider and all these things. And
I think both of my daughters are super moms. They're great. They're better than I was. So they're just wonderful. One thing I know that they do that I did, they just love their children, right? And they let the kids be kids. There's nothing like watching the person that you brought into the world bring others into the world and nurture them and care for them. Well, this is my mother. I think the sweetest woman in the world. She also has passed on, but boy, I wrote about her in my book. She just really loved us through anything, good, bad, or otherwise. I felt like we could tell her anything and she'd be okay with it. Maybe not like it, but okay enough to hear it and hear us out. She was really good about that. This is my dad. He passed away from lung cancer a few years ago. It was really hard to go through that. It takes a real toll on families. And if there's any way that we can find through research a way of curing lung cancer, of helping anybody who has any type of lung ailment, then it's well worth the time.
Congratulations, Mom, for being honored as an outstanding mom. You know that I definitely think you're an outstanding mom. I'm really thankful for this opportunity. It's just a small snippet of time where I get to brag on you and just talk about how wonderful that you have been, what a role model you've been to me. You know it's true, and I love an opportunity to just get to share that with other people who haven't had the pleasure of experiencing you as mom. And so I'm really excited for you, and I'm really thankful for you and the example that you've set for me and my sister.
I think that we could not be more fortunate with the example that we have had. And we have shared her with the community. We have shared her with the police department, and it's been a beautiful thing to share that experience with her and as her daughters. So I'm very thankful, and I know that there's a lot of things I see in my sister that come directly from my mom, and I'm certain vice versa. So it's been a very special relationship, and I think she is deserving of an Outstanding Mother Award.